Why go full time? Why do we want to do this crazy thing?
It'd be nice to go out and travel, and maybe we'll love Austin or Portland or Boston, or why did they all kind of rhyme?
I don't know.
But
They
anyway,
did.
Dom got shot, he got hit by a car, he got kidney stones. 2 words. Why not? No.
I like that.
Back to the business at hand.
Back to the business, yeah. So welcome to our page. I am Dominic.
I'm Keith.
And we are Out of Office. Oh my God. Okay, I'm ready for you.
Yes, by all means.
Oh, grab my clipboard.
Oh, if only folks could see the perspective that I'm seeing, because everybody just sets up 2 chairs in the middle of their living room. Totes natural. Hi, guys. Look how organized my amazing husband is.
Look, you have to be organized for what we want to do, we have to be organized.
Love
right?
you mean it, though.
Yeah, thank you.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's my birthday today.
32 again.
Uh-huh, sure.
The 8th anniversary of his 32nd birthday.
It's the year we met when I was 32.
That's true, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Like a fine wine. Oh, a 40-year-old wine. Hopefully it hasn't spoiled on the shelf. I need that. I want to keep us on track so that we don't get too lost on our tangents, because we're tangent people.
We are tangent people.
Yeah.
I like your soft dish or whatever they're called.
Yes. It's a ring light.
Ring light, yes.
But it's a
really big ring light.
It's a real ring light that they actually use for photography, not what
Instagram creators.
Yeah, not
or
what creator. God. Our sidewalk is not very far from our front door, and so like these people quite literally just walked by and she looked in, and we must look like crazy people sitting here talking.
I don't think they can see.
Oh, she saw. She looked
window.
me right in the eyes.
Oh, with the light, I guess.
With the light, you can absolutely see what we're doing, but that's okay.
You know.
Hey, you know what?
Creator problem.
Yeah, if we're gonna be creators, this is how it's gonna work, right?
That's true.
We're gonna be doing this at
campgrounds. And then we'll get to deal with all the boomers that are like, what is that?
What are you guys doing? Is that a drone?
We're getting there.
So we've decided to name our channel Out of Office because, I mean, that's what we're gonna do.
That's true.
For the next year. We've decided that we're gonna take some time off and kind of off. Not
yeah,
really.
I mean, we'll still work and like be productive in ways, but yeah, not sticks and bricks, as I've heard it called.
Sticks and bricks. And we're gonna buy a big fifth wheel.
And a big truck.
And a big truck. We're selling both of our current trucks.
Yeah.
And our current trailer, which is a 28-foot Shasta.
No, Sabrina.
It's a Salem, not Shasta. That was our first camper.
A Salem Cruise Light Forest River.
It's a Salem Cruise Light. And we call her Sabrina
because she's from Salem.
She's from Salem. So
Teenage witch.
We're gonna sell Sabrina. Let's start with just
schedule.
Yeah,
we're not there yet.
Look, I have to edit all of this stuff.
We're gonna get canceled. We haven't even started yet, and we're already canceled.
So let's talk about a little bit about who we are and what the plan is. So. You start, babe. Who are you? Who are you?
I am an active duty Marine officer. I've been in for 25 years right now, but I retire in March. We are currently filming this on September 28th. I retire February 28th of 2023. And then the plan was either to get a job, some kind of corporate or business job, or go into my master's, utilize the GI Bill that I was privileged enough to finish my bachelor's without debt. So kind of use that, but otherwise, though, we've had a crazy year. Dom got shot, he got hit by a car, he got kidney stones. We both got COVID. I just had a surgery to remove my gallbladder. It's just been madness. So you only live once, and for anybody who saw our TikTok today, you only get one shot. So we are going to live full-time on the road, work, enjoy life, just kind of tone everything down, get down to the simple things so that we can enjoy each other in this beautiful country that, yes.
That Keith has worked so hard. He doesn't like to say it, but he's worked really hard for 26 years, almost 26. He's worked hard protecting this country and fighting for all of our rights. And so let's enjoy it while we can. While we're young and we can still hike and, enjoy all of that stuff. Young.
Yeah.
Young.
You're always younger than me.
Yeah, that's true.
But who are you, Dominic?
Yeah. So, my name's Dominic. I am an architectural photographer. So I specialize in houses for a living. So I do Airbnbs, I do developments, I do hotels, and just regular real estate as well. I also do some product work on the side. So I do some product photography. I've been shooting for 20 years now. I've worked in fashion. I've worked in the celebrity world. I've worked in...
He's done a couple weddings. I got to see why he doesn't like to do weddings.
Hate weddings.
Product. All kinds of stuff.
Product. I've done a bunch of stuff, but the plan for me over the next year while we're on the road is I want to do a coffee table book. Yeah. That is the goal, ultimately, but also to sell my artwork. I'd like to get back to what I originally went to school for was nature photography. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a National Geographic photographer. And I kind of, as I learned the skill and learned all about photography, I kind of decided that that wasn't the route that I wanted to take, but here we come, full circle.
Get back to
20
your
years
roots.
later, I'm going to come back and do a little bit of nature for a little while while we're out and about. It'll be a lot of fun. So, how long have we been together, babe?
Together 9 years.
9 years, yeah. Yeah, August...
Next year will be 10.
18th. August 18th was our 9-year anniversary, and August 16th was our 8-year wedding anniversary. We got married 2 days shy of our 1-year anniversary.
So currently we live in Cincinnati, Ohio, because I got stationed here. But we're not necessarily tied to Cincinnati. We've met amazing people. But it'd also be nice to go out and travel, and maybe we'll love Austin or Portland or Boston or... Why did they all kind of rhyme?
I don't know.
But anyway.
We've lived in many different places, separately and together. We met when Keith was stationed in San Diego. I was living in Orange County, in Fullerton at my parents' house at the time. And I had just moved back from Denver.
Then we moved to Yucca Valley, which is next to Joshua Tree, California.
Yep, Joshua Tree, which is a beautiful place. And we really loved living in the desert in California.
Amazing people there.
Yeah,
we had such a great life there.
And now we've been in Cincinnati for 3.5 years. And we really like Cincinnati. Yeah. But is it our forever home? We don't quite know yet.
Maybe.
We would like to see other cities and see kind of where we want to end up. Thankfully, because of Keith's career, we have the freedom to do that and kind of go explore and see where our final destination will be.
About this town, I don't think I've ever lived somewhere like this, but it's like a little big city.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got Broadway. It's got a huge restaurant scene. It's got a lot of microbrews, and it's known for a lot of things. Geta, by the way, if you've never had it, highly recommend.
Geta's delicious.
But yeah, Cincinnati's got basically everything that we used to do in San Diego, but you can afford to live here. Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting microcosm, if you will, versus San Diego, LA, Denver, New Orleans, like those kinds of towns.
I mean, I like the snow. I don't mind any of that. The summer, we get a lot of humidity. Not as bad as some states I know, but we do get some humidity here. So that part, I like the dry heat. And the bugs.
The cicadas,
the cicadas are disgusting. Oh. Look at this. That's where it broke out of its shell. Why? Why did we move here? Why? So gross. So gross.
So we are going to go on the road with our pets. We currently have 2 big dogs and 3 cats. That's too much to go on the road with. So
too many.
The dogs are definitely coming. We have Harley. He's a Harlequin Great Dane, meaning he's black and white, spotted.
Like a Dalmatian. A lot of people think he's a Dalmatian.
Or a cow, because he's huge. But yeah, he's 180-ish pounds. And then we have Griffin, who is tan and a mountain cur, and he was, 80-something pounds, 90 pounds?
90 pounds last time we were there.
He's a chonk.
Yeah. We'll show you guys some video here of them running around like crazy animals that they are.
But we also have 3 cats. I had 2 cats when I met Dom, and then we acquired a third. One of my cats is just too old. She's like 14, and she's really skittish, and she's a little... I just don't think she would enjoy that life. And I think it would be selfish to bring her and go from crate to camper back and forth. I don't think she would enjoy it. So,
thankfully, though, we do have Keith's best friend's dad is going to take her for us for the year. So we're going to go into why go full time. Why do we want to do this crazy thing that I know a lot of people are doing right now, but what particularly for us, what are the reasons that we want to go full time?
2 words. Why not? No.
I like that.
Accumulate so much stuff.
Yeah.
And on the road, you can only get so much because you can only fit so much. You just get back to the simplicity of this amazing husband that I have and enjoying life together.
Yeah, enjoying life and seeing the country, seeing all of the beautiful places and things that the United States has to offer. We've gone to places and seen things, we camp a lot, but there's so much more out there. And every time we go somewhere, we always think, God, it'd be nice to spend like a full week here. It has just been one thing after another this year. And I feel like we've kind of gained a little bit more of appreciation for life and for, really living in the moment, because you never know. I mean, I could have easily died when I got shot in my leg. It missed my femoral artery by millimeters, so I could have bled out. And
a little bit different with that car wreck. You could have landed on your head.
Yeah. It really could have been bad, and why wait?
Yeah.
Why wait?
A lot of people will say like, oh, I wish I had time, or you'll see somebody out and like, oh, let's do something, but there's never anything. You never have time. You make time.
Yeah.
So this is something we want. This is something we know we would enjoy doing. So we are making the conscious effort to make it happen.
The plan is to leave April 15th is our goal. Give or take, I'm sure, we'll see.
Fluctuation on there.
Fluctuation on that. But we have 6 months basically to get prepared and get ready for this trip. That was awful. Was that awful?
Yeah, we have 6.5 months. But in that time, we have to clear out our basement. We have to clear out our garage. We have to go through our closets because we have so many clothes.
So much stuff.
We don't really need. Not even stuff you don't wear, but things you wouldn't need.
We need to weed our lives out. I feel like we just have closets full of stuff that we don't even look at or use. And I'm kind of looking forward to
big garage sale,
decluttering,
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, getting rid of everything. Let's talk about our 2 houses and what we're going to do with those houses.
Okay, so the first house is in Yucca Valley, California, sandwiched between Joshua Tree National Park and Palm Springs. We bought it in 2015 when we moved there, and then in 2019, I got orders to move to Cincinnati, Ohio, so we have been long-term renting it ever since.
So we have 2 options for the desert house. We can continue renting it long-term, which I think is a great idea.
It's much more reliable.
It's a lot more reliable. Or we can have all of our furniture here at this house, shipped back there, and turn that into an Airbnb. The Airbnb market in Joshua Tree has become really, really saturated.
Yeah.
And our neighborhood especially, because we're in kind of a higher end neighborhood, we're up on the hill, it overlooks the whole valley. Apparently, we've talked with another neighbor who does Airbnb up there, and his house, he's actually thinking about taking it down from Airbnb because the market has become so saturated. So I think we should continue long-term renting that house.
I agree.
And that way it's less headache for us to deal with. We're still getting a little bit of income from that house, not as much as Airbnb would be.
Potentially.
But our mental capacity of dealing with it also will be a lot less if we have a long-term renter in there.
So that moves us to our Cincinnati house.
Yeah, that moves us to our Cincinnati house. And we've gone back and forth on whether or not this was going to be an Airbnb, where we're going to rent it long-term, what we were going to do with this house. And thankfully, I was working at the bar a couple weeks ago, and a young man came in, and he's a travel nurse. And he was telling me how nurses rent a bedroom for 3 months at a time, typically, is how long that they're at each location, and they're fully furnished. So that makes life a lot easier for us, because we can quite literally leave everything as it is. Take down, obviously, a lot of the personal things, pack up a lot of the personal stuff, and kind of slim down the, tchotchkes and all of that stuff. That will be a lot more consistent, because we'll always need travel nurses. If the economy crashes, the first thing that's going to happen is vacationing goes out the window. Yeah. And that's why Airbnb can be risky. But with travel nursing, they're always going to be around.
Travel nurses kind of on the schedule that we decide, because if at the 11-month mark we're over it, or at the 13-month we're like, let's do another 6. So I think that's the best case scenario for us.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about the actual YouTube channel and what it is that we want to achieve by sharing this journey with you guys.
Give me some rudder steers here. That was really good. I'm sorry. I just didn't know where to take it from there.
It's going to be a lot of work, and we're going to be filming all the time. We're going to put our entire lives out there. YouTube doesn't have a lot of gay perspective on full-time camping.
That's true.
There's a lot of couples out there that make great content. I absolutely love watching Happily Ever Hanks. They're some of our favorites. Awesome. I just love their energy. They're so much fun to watch. We want to talk about what the park was like, what our experience was as a gay couple, what it's like for towing when we get to a campground. Is it easy access? Is it difficult to park? What are the hookups like? What are the views like? What's the vibe of the campground? You know, are people chill, or is it kind of, you know, a little scary? Because some of the places can be scary.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not outright like slurs, but you just don't feel welcome.
Yeah.
As two men.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't run into a lot of that. And
I hope not.
I think that most people on the road are kind of a live and let live sort of, you know, people, I guess. So hopefully we won't run into that. But if we do, we're going to talk about it. We're going to share it with you guys. Right. We're going to, you know, share every experience, all the good, all the bad, because we know bad is going to happen. That's just a part of it. Things are going to break. Tires are going to pop. Water's going to leak. Yeah. Dogs are going to cut themselves or something.
I've never created on YouTube. I know Dom hasn't.
Never created.
We inadvertently became TikTok creators during the quarantine, but that's a whole other subject. But we're so new to this that we'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. Like, what would you like to see? What would you like to hear? Are there other perspectives? I know that there are YouTube creators that are full-time as retired military. That's an entire subject. We could do videos on what it's like for Dom working remotely as a photographer. But yeah, please let us know what you'd like to see and hear more of.
Yeah, write down in the comments what, you know, tips and tricks too. Yeah. If you guys are full-timers and you're watching this going, God, these kids have no idea what they're getting themselves into. Let us know. If you guys have suggestions, comments, write down below. Or give us a like, you know, subscribe if you'd like to, maybe.
Most exciting topic, potentially.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go? What are we going to do?
Where are we going to go? What are we going to do?
All of the things.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So there's a few specific places that we know we want to hit. Yeah. Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, Yosemite, Grand Canyon.
Colorado for sure.
Colorado.
Somewhere. Like Montana, Wyoming sort of vibe. Something in there.
Yep. New Mexico. I'd really like to go to New Mexico.
We've talked a lot about Washington and Oregon.
Yep.
I've never been really to those areas.
Yeah. We definitely want to do as much exploring as possible, see all of the vacation kind of destinations that we can, but also explore cities. You know, part of this trip is, do we want to stay in Cincinnati forever, or do we want to find somewhere else that maybe we enjoy being in? We want to check out Austin. I like the idea of Austin a lot because I'm a little bit country.
But a little bit hipster. So Austin really, I feel like, would fit my vibe. And I hear Austin's got a fun gay scene. Not that that's the reason to move to a city, but it does help.
Yeah. Yeah, it does help. So,
Also Zion. That didn't make the list, but I've never been. Dom's been.
Yeah.
So that's definitely on there.
Yeah, Mount Rainier's on the list as well.
Yep, Washington, yep.
So yeah, those are some of the big ticket items that we want to hit. Hi, big boy. Hi. Yeah, I know. Life is very exciting. Are you ready for the adventure? Are you ready for the adventure? What? Me sitting here is not love time. Buddy. Okay, sorry about if the perspective changed at all, but I had to change the battery, so...
Creator problems.
Yeah, it's just... Oh my
But speaking of that, we are obviously new to YouTube, so we're learning. We will get better, I promise.
Yeah.
But please give us any feedbacks, any suggestions that you might have. We're about to have a big dog sighting. Hi, Hardy. One thing we can promise is it won't be boring.
It won't be boring. And if you follow us on TikTok, you know I've always got some sort of project going on. That's not going to change when we're on the road. I guarantee you I will always find some sort of little project.
For sure.
In the motorhome, probably, or in the trailer to update or change or do. I will always be doing something like that.
Backsplash painting.
And of course, Keith will have his daily awful, terrible dad jokes that he loves to tell me. So follow along, guys. We really appreciate each of you, and thank you so much. And to the journey?
Woohoo! To the journey, babe.
To the journey.
You love me.
You're so weird.